All right. Welcome in, friends. This is going to be AVIANART 2022 Group Owls Race Bread-kun versus Jaejo True Pot Hunt. Joining me this evening on the comms is Royale with Cheese. Hope everybody is having a wonderful evening. We're about to get underway here, just kind of waiting on our racers to be ready.
Yep, they are readied up, Tank, and I just kicked off their timer in the race room. We should be going here shortly.
All right, sounds good. It looks like we're on the countdown right now. Bread is got the 15-second run in, so we're getting ready to start.
All right, here we go for the inaugural race of the inaugural AVIANART tournament.
Indeed. Starting out with 300 rupees in Link's house. Great to start out with a little bit of extra money. Definitely helps keep you from having to go searching for it a little bit later. And it feels appropriate that Jaejo's writing sound effect shuffle for this.
Right, as well as the Titus MSU. I
Yeah.
feel this is quite fitting. You love to see it.
Yeah, already a little bit of divergence. Bread-kun choosing not to take the bottom of the spec rock and follow the connector, and it's going to continue in the light world. And Jaejo, however, is going to take it, and let's see where it puts us out at. And that's a big nope.
That's a fun place to end up.
Library with a nice piece on top.
Jaejo checking out Sank start.
And starting in the Lost Woods.
Okay.
A lot back here. We do have boot start, so at least even without a bomb, we can drop down into the back of Sank and be able to grab those checks if we want to. Or not. Either way.
No, not at all. Bread finding Turtle Rock.
East.
East. I don't know which is
Yep,
which.
East.
I haven't been playing this game long enough. I just call it the one with the big chest.
Yeah, it's good enough. A couple pieces, a boomerang for his troubles. Not getting the last pot over there, though. Running into the lasers.
You know, laser to the face.
Okay, our first check at Bonk Rocks. And we found Desert East.
Oh boy, that's fun.
Good amount of checks here in Desert that you can get without needing any keys or anything. Meanwhile, Bread-kun's diving deeper into TR, which also has a pretty significant amount of checks here.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting to me how. I mean, what? That's 9 checks difference between Desert and TR. TR is so much bigger.
Yeah. It really is, but I mean, chest-wise, I think we've got more overall. Finding a bow in Desert, that's nice. Getting a weapon is definitely gonna help out here, assuming we can hit with it. But Desert definitely has a really nice advantage in that the room with the switch prior to the big chest. It's just a honeypot of checks in True Pot Hunt.
Yeah. Oh, everyone's favorite chain chomp room.
Oh!
On Bread's side. Oh no! Bread taking a bite. Chain chomp's taking a bite out of Bread.
Yeah, and here's where I was talking about, you know, the bit of a honeypot of checks here for True Pot Hunt.
Yeah, Jaejo's picking up quite a few Doritos in this room.
Yeah, it's just good he's a little behind on Doritos at the moment, but that's definitely subject to change pretty quick in this mode.
Bread buying a small key and a bottle with B in it from the shop there. And hey, we have another shop.
Another Dorito.
That's a good point, Tyler. Bread is good to bite.
And some more Doritos. And a good 300 rupees for 95 rupees.
Get the money! Get the money! I'm not as good as TJ Maelstrom, but get the money!
And like I said, just like that, I mean, it can definitely take a quick change on lead for Doritos sometimes.
Yeah, especially with the early game and the divergence. We've seen Jaejo exploring a bit in desert, doing the Sank start. Bread has dipped a little bit into Turtle Rock, picking up a book there. That's kind of gross.
Yeah, picking a book up out of Granny's house. Don't know what she's reading, but probably don't want to see it.
She's got like 50 Shades of Grey hidden in that pot.
Yeah, she does. Right, and Jaejo dipping the back of Sank, getting a big key and a shield.
Shield hype.
Shield hype. Really, the true win condition for true pot hunt should be mirror shield. Be real.
I mean, that should just really be the true win condition for every seed ever. Who gets mirror shield first? Okay, you win.
Yeah. We'll find a way to make it happen.
Someday, Tank. Someday.
A fire rod.
Wow.
Here too.
Fire rod in the back of Escape.
Not a bad pickup.
Hey, there's actually a front of tavern check in this mode. I love it.
One whole check.
Who let these two mirror shield memers come together? Yeah, that is a good point.
Tyler, they let the two biggest memers ever come together by letting
That's
us be here.
Right. Yeah.
We've got the Queen of Terra Basement and the ultimate mirror shield memer here. What a nice little small key on Hylia Island. Oh, and we have
Bread found the dam here in Kak.
And Jaejo and Saha. It's actually almost an equal amount of checks to find Dark Saha than it is to find normal Light Saha, because there's a couple of pots back there. It definitely like changes up all of the places that you would normally be looking for like density in here, because it's just completely different rooms that you forgot existed. You know, you now have to remember are there, because that could be a whole set of things. Like right now, Jaejo is doing Gary Escape. There is a pot in this escape. And Bread-kun also finding, I believe, the main entrance to desert rather than the east entrance to desert that Jaejo found earlier. So picking up all of those same checks, getting that bow as well.
Yeah, and I don't think we saw Jaejo check the desert entrances, so
No,
not sure he knows that
he
the...
finished and left.
Yeah, I mean, in this mode, you know, there's pots to pick up pretty much everywhere, so...
Well, the other thing is, too, is that sometimes following a connector doesn't always benefit you that much, or sometimes...
Oh no, because you end up locked out of something with no way to get back.
Yeah, or continuing to follow connectors and just rolling with the punches also could be big, so you never know. It's such a toss-up with this. Routing really makes a difference, but also at the same time, like, your routing can be completely terrible, and it makes a difference because you just wound up somewhere with higher density out of randomness. Finding the magic shop. Not a lot of magic on sale here today.
More Discounted money.
Yep. Not quite as good as the other deal. Oh, Jaejo, oh no. Jaejo has gotten stuck
Oh no!
under the dead rock.
Oh no, Dead Rock,
2
rude.
times in a row.
Yeah, Jaejo's like, ain't nobody got time for that.
Like I'll just save and quit. I got places to be. And finding a good old quake in the back of Gary's cave. Meanwhile, Bread is finishing out the last of the plots here out of Desert. At least the accessible ones. And he's going to check this west entrance. We didn't get to see this earlier out of Jaejo, and this puts us in Dark Lumberjack.
Look at that.
And it looks like Back of Old Man put us back on the mountain as well, so really Jaejo didn't lose too much by having the save and quit there.
No, it looks like he was in a little better position to not get bonked by cabbages and dead rocks.
Yeah. Say what you will, Ganon did at least one thing right, because there are no dead rocks in Dark World.
Yeah, that's actually true. I hate those little guys. They are rude.
Yep. Alright, top of Spec Rock's just a little heart refill, so nothing to worry about there. Bread finding Uncle. Finding the bottom exit of Paradox, which is a little unfortunate. We don't have a mirror, so we can't really continue on through there. Jaejo also didn't have bombs. There is a shop there as well, so wasn't really able to check that either, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and one of those shops that Bread found in CAC had a bomb upgrade, which was nice, so he is full on bombs.
Yeah. Depending on how the cards fall, it can sometimes be a little difficult to get a hold of bombs because a lot of your guaranteed places just aren't quite the same. You don't have shops that you can find to buy them anymore, guaranteed. You know? And in front of Hyrule is Spike Cave.
Hey, Swamp Palace. Look at that.
We do have...
Swamp Palace, and it's in one of those entrances you only check when you're playing entrance rando.
Yeah. We have found Lumberjack and just a small magic refill. Bread picking up the big key to Thieves' Town. I don't see Jaejo missing that for too long, not that it may be necessary. And Bread finding the slow way of where Sanctuary is. Yeah, there we go. Jaejo getting that big key as well. And Bread popping into the back of Escape here, or the sewers area. So that's going to be good for him because that means he's going to get a couple of Doritos here. He's also going to get that fire rod that Jaejo picked up earlier.
Shield hype again.
Shield hype. Look, all I'm saying is something went right. There are no dead rocks, so something went right. We're starting to come back around and overlap on some of the same checks that the others have made, so Oh. I don't think Jaejo picked up those pots, did he? He just ignored those by accident.
Just watching Bread, and I missed it.
Yeah, I don't believe Jaejo picked up the 2 pots that were next to the chest in Uncle area. I don't think there was anything important there, but it's definitely not something you want to do to forget picking up pots in this mode. Jaejo also not going to pass up some free money. And Jaejo now fighting that bomb upgrade.
Alright, Jaejo skipping the battle with the bee.
Or
not.
Maybe,
just kidding.
Maybe Jaejo thought, oh, that's just a bee refill for a bottle and not the full bottle. And then started to leave and was like, wait, no, that's not right. Another drop-down check over here. We did see Lumberjack. I didn't see what it was, but we have found...
Hey, it's our buddy.
Get the money! And Jaejo coming in and stealing Granny's book.
I mean, she's gatekeeping 50 Shades of Grey from the Hylian community. I just don't think that's right.
Interesting connector. So we know we can get to Dark Death Mountain, but not going to go ahead and jump off of the island just yet. Probably would really hope to find a mirror before having to commit to that. Definitely a Moon Pearl potentially as well. Though this is one of those modes where you really just don't need the Moon Pearl necessarily.
No, and I mean, we've seen runners complete seeds without finding it at all.
Yep.
Sometimes on purpose. Hey, Ice Palace.
We do have that fire rod from
Oh,
earlier,
that's
so
right. We do have a fire rod.
Friend, that is not a key. That's a Dorito. You are quite stuck in that room. Or you could kill him and walk back out instead of taking the death ward. But, you know. Jaejo finding the bottom of Super Bunny Cave. We're going to go ahead and swing over and pick up the chest and the one pot over here, or the couple pots over here. Alright, oh, we have found Hookshot Cave.
It's a little heart refill in the chest, but Bread did get another Triforce piece from the pot. And that's our third GT small already. Like, not like it really matters, but that's our third GT small already, Tank.
Quite a bit so far, though it is important to remember we are going to have more GT smalls in the pool in this mode than we would normally.
Oh, true, because all the keys are shuffled. True. Flippers.
Yeah, it's a
Flippers
fun place
in
for
the
whips.
Like, Jaejo's gonna follow behind Bread here, grab the Mire shed, and probably find his way into Hookshot Cave as well.
Yeah, we're pretty neck and neck right now as far as Doritos go.
Yeah, and checks too. Since the early divergence, we haven't seen, they pretty much are, even if they don't do it at the same time, they're pretty much doing the same stuff.
Yeah, so far. So getting those flippers, coming immediately back to Swamp. We do have that small key that lets us in the front door here. We won't get the guaranteed small key, but there are a couple of pots here to pick up, and we get to do the bomb wall, so...
Jaejo, finding Ice Palace, decides not to dip in there quite yet.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Oh, we did get... Is this even randomized?
Thanks, game.
Wrong mode.
No. Bread took a fireball to the midsection.
I guess we will...
They're going back in. I would go back in too, probably. If you're right there.
Yeah, for sure, because there's 2 pots I think that we missed, and then we can walk in and get, I think, one more that normally holds that small. Jaejo opting not to really check further into Hookshot just yet. We'll see if he goes back for it. Probably not at this point, because you're going to get locked in here with the desert entrance check. Getting a nice Dorito there instead of a small key.
Alright, where will these runners go to next?
Alright, so Bread finding that Super Bunny cave from earlier. It's going to get those. Jaejo finding the library that Bread found earlier. Jaejo will probably start, I think, migrating a little bit back in more into CAC. Seem to have avoided it a little bit, though this is going to be a connector, so depending on where this spits us out or how you want to take this connector, could definitely change things. A lot of money in this seed so far.
Yes, very generous seed early on.
Jaejo is going to go ahead and take the fall here to grab these 2 checks. We'll see if he goes back. Nope, not going to follow the connector. And Bread starting the bunny walking. Finding the main entrance into Hyrule Castle. We get to wrap up the checks that we did in here earlier. Jaejo, however, following behind what Bread did before, which is bonking your way into the rest of Turtle Rock to get this other side. Not going to check the doorway, though. Probably going to come up here and do the 4 checks out of Pokey Room and then head into Pipes and get those. I don't know how much further he's planning to go. Probably the chain chomps, just like Bread did, but there's an opportunity to still take that connector later.
Bread just picked up a flute up in Hyrule Castle, so that's nice for mobility.
Yeah, unless one of those entrances is somewhere from the Light World, out of logic flute, but never a bad thing. When does anybody follow logic, especially in True Pot Hut? Jaejo opting or getting the item and having to leave because we can't grab a key there like we normally would to go check the lava chest. Get a few more pieces, I think, here, but now Fred died in Chain Chomp Room, right? Never came back, so we might get to actually see what the item was in that chest. Finding a small key to Ice Palace in the back. That lets you get a little bit further in, so that's definitely something that's nice to find here. And it was just a small match.
Okay, so Bread didn't miss much, but, you know, they don't necessarily know that.
I think he's too concerned. There's not necessarily a ton that you can find that's gonna just hurt you too bad, at least.
Right.
Jaejo choosing to continue into the CAC area here rather than go and check what that connector was. Another small key to desert on Bread's side.
$20 in the Dark Cross chest.
Having those 2 keys to desert is actually pretty nice. If we find the back of desert, we're going to be able to push through the first pot room into the rest of the back there. When we do have big keys, so you can try and make the push towards Landmo, but there's definitely a couple more checks that opens up, as opposed to the only 2 that you would get doing the right side. Maybe what Jaejo's doing here is the right side. Yeah. Getting a reward of a single rupee. And a heart refill.
Well, that's kind of a crappy right side of desert.
Sure is. Looks like we're heading to Skull on Bread's side, doing the bunny walk. And Jaejo opening the big chest for another small magic refill. And now we'll see Jaejo take out of west, and Jaejo also gonna head towards Skull Woods here. Looks that way.
Over is. Bread doing a nice job fire rotting those Gibdos out of the way.
Yeah.
I think this mode is fun because you get a chance to see a lot of checks that you don't always see in some of the more standard modes, like this random bomb wall here in Skull Woods on Bread's side.
You do get to see that one a little bit in normal rando because that's a guaranteed full magic refill, assuming that you kill enough stuff that the sprite doesn't despawn. But yeah, absolutely. Nobody's ever gonna pick up those pots normally. Nobody's gonna spend any extra time in this room. You know. Finding a small key to tower, and also getting the first swingy of the match. Big key to Meyer.
Shield hype.
Number 2 shield.
Up to fire shield on Bread's side.
One step closer to real go mode. Now, no keys here for Jaejo, so or Bread for that matter. So we're kind of at a loss here, unfortunately, because it's gonna have to be a save and quit because we're stuck. That sword could definitely be a big help, and that's something that Bread did not manage to get a hold of there.
Yeah, I think the sword is, I mean...
Shield hype?
Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. I love it when runners pick up shields. Yeah, that sword is going to help Jaejo in a few ways. Obviously with combat in general, but also not having to use... I mean, right now our weapons are pretty much fire rod and bow. And, you know, we don't have half magic. So, you know, constantly having to refill magic when you're using fire rod and constantly having to make sure you have arrows with bow. So it's nice to have the sword. You can just cut everything.
Jaejo finding the other side of that connector that he did not choose to look at earlier. So works out in his favor that he went down and did the checks instead. Lovely swimming sound effects. Jaejo about to find a big uh-oh.
Yep, we are not going to see that guy at all, other than that time, hopefully.
And the Moon Pearl.
Oh my goodness. Moon Pearl for sale.
What a buy.
It's a bargain. Okay, so Bread is going to be able to do whatever now in the Dark World, which is kind of nice. Doesn't have to do any death warping in dungeons, and, you know, with no mirror, there's no Super Bunny shenanigans.
Yep. So we do have 2 keys here to Castle Tower where Jaejo is. That lets us get up
That's unfortunate.
Pretty far into it. I mean, on the plus side here, one of the last rooms of Castle Tower is the Red Guard room that is just full of pots.
Yeah, that one's loaded, yeah.
Bread finding Graveyard Ledge Cave, so getting a good amount of little checks out of there. I believe Jaejo got that one earlier. And starting to get his exploration in on the mountain. One of my favorite times that I was playing this before had a logically required mitts at the top of this tower to go get what was necessary to actually beat the tower. Jaejo finding silvers
Clovers is a nice find.
Yeah, definitely a good pickup. Also, not that we've had reason to just yet, but it is always really nice to have a sword. Specifically just because it lets us use those medallions.
True. Yeah. Yeah, that is very true. Sometimes, you know, a Quake or a Bombos comes in handy.
And a Dorito. So, no key. That shield doing its job a little too well, maybe. Jaejo trying to def warp there. Maybe next season we can turn True Pot Hunt into True Pot Hunt Enemizer.
That would be interesting. Another shop at the Eastern Palace entrance.
Jaejo is using the Titus Laugh MSU.
Yeah, this MSU is, you know, great for meme modes and other shenanigan type modes.
And slowly stripping away your sanity.
That also, yes.
Bread-kun finding the bottom exit of Paradox, but having a bomb to check the shop. And finding a sword. That is fortunate and unfortunate because Jaejo could have had that earlier, which means he would have been on Master Sword by now. Jaejo has made his way back in here to Hook to get those items that he skipped earlier.
Bread finding King's Tomb.
Another small to swamp. And Jaejo picking up those flippers.
Right, Bread finds Eastern Palace on Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, I don't think you passed that up. Quite a few checks in Eastern, even though we don't have any keys for it. We do have a way to get. We can get pretty far into this and get quite a few things out of here. So definitely no Zelda walkaways here. And the hobo with just a little heart refill. Eastern definitely loaded on the Doritos today so far.
Yeah, Bread-kun finding a good amount of Triforce pieces in here so far. Gilgamesh 501, thank you for the raid.
Yeah, thank you so
Welcome
much
in,
for the
raiders.
raid. As you can
We-
see, this is a true pot hut mode. Jaejo 36 versus Bread-kun. Currently doing our best to find all the Doritos. You'll also, yeah, I was gonna say, you'll also notice we're using Jaejo's audio for this one with the Titus MSU and sound effect shuffle.
Seemed like a good way to kick off this tournament.
It sure does. What better could you ask for? The Stalfo's being a little shy today. Finally getting them to spawn.
No, Lana, as far as I know, we have not found chicken sound. I have been trying to pay attention for it, but, you know, with the comms, it's not as easy as when I'm just, you know, lurking in someone's stream waiting for chicken noises. But
yeah, as far as I know, we have not heard chicken sound.
right, I don't remember Bread doing the Sora check, so I think Jaejo's giving us our first look at this.
Yep.
Most expensive Triforce piece in the game.
At least it was useful.
For once, yeah, true.
And we've gone as far in the Eastern as we can. Fred opting for the save and quit rather than trying to sit there and die to a Stalfos. Doing a half a heart each hit.
Yeah, I think that paid off for Bread. He ended up with like 10 or 11 Triforce pieces out of there with those checks.
Quite a few. Definitely giving him a little bit of a lead here so far. I think one of the biggest things is also that Bread's got that Moon Pearl. Has definitely been helping open up his choices. But it seems like Jaejo's been mostly avoiding bunny walking so far.
Bread found
Nice.
one end of Bumper Cave. I love the swamp check here with the small key to this dungeon. That's just perfect. Beer says next year we should do True Pot Hunt Overworld Glitch.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's an option.
That's a thing that could happen.
Yeah.
All right, Brett is our first runner to break 100 Doritos here tonight.
Yeah, Blind's Hut definitely paying out in spades here with the Doritos as well.
Yeah, between all the chests and all the pots.
So Jaejo is running a tracker on this screen. It is not one that I could capture. If that's what you are referring to. So if you want to see his tracker, it is on his stream. It is it is not restream friendly in the slightest.
Yeah, it's really not. I don't think there's any way we could have managed to capture that. It is Beer's fault, actually, that we haven't set up restream tracking yet. Just blame everything on Beer.
I mean, we could have had a little more time to do it, but somebody whose name is beer related was happening to be doing a ladder race prior to this, so we didn't have a chance to test it out. That's all good. You don't need a ton of tracking with True Pot Hunt. You can always check Jaejo's stream if you want to see what items Jaejo has, or just ask. I've got the full stream up as well, so. Jaejo finally coming back, seeing that Master Sword that would have been a fighter sword for him earlier that he missed out on, but getting the pickup.
At least he went back for it. That'll be nice for him to be able to get through some of these rooms with enemies more easily.
And to do this check right here.
And yes, and to do this check right here.
Which is Meyer. Interesting.
Gross.
There are some people who claim Meyer has the juice.
Well, those people are delusional.
And probably also Mirror Shield haters and Terra
And,
Base
and
haters.
they don't like Mirror Shield, so we know that just can't even be true.
Jaejo
Ouch.
taking a Wizrobe blast to the face.
Okay, he's gonna go back in.
Yeah, and Beer pointing out 3 small keys for Meyer. It is a lot of chance to grab item in here.
Oh yeah, it's the worst dungeon ever, and I don't care who says it has juice. It's terrible. I'm not biased.
Not at all.
I mean, Jaejo also has the big key to my, so we've got 3 small keys and the big key. So yeah, there's a lot that can be done in here, and I don't blame him for coming in, but...
On the other side of things, Bread found Castle Tower as well. Not as many keys as Jaejo had coming in here, though. Don't believe so. Is that our first pod small? Yeah,
I think
that's our first pod small.
That is our first pod small. I really like the music, the Meyer music
And
on this
the big key
MSU.
to pod
Oh
2.
geez. Well, you know, why not?
That was a
Shop shields
shield.
everywhere.
Yep. What a shame. It could have been greatness.
It could have been. It could have been. Jaejo could have been first to the mirror shield. That's okay.
Can we custom code True Pot Hunt to replace all shop shields with aggressive shields?
Just replace all shop shields with mirror shields. Really?
I mean, it is already an option to turn True Pot Hunt into True Shield Hunt. In non-racing only.
Bread found Sick Kid.
Yeah, and had a
Couple
bottle.
Doritos out of him.
I don't believe Jaejo had a bottle at the time. Bread not getting to do this Aga Tower entrance check. Jaejo is still ahead on swords here, which is a little unfortunate because Meyer's not paying out in super spades, but it is definitely paying out a little bit.
Right, and Bread also has those 3 smalls. Does not have the Meyer big, but does have the 3 smalls, so would probably be able to, you know, go pretty deep into Meyer.
Yeah, and really the big key only gets you 1 more check right now, I think. Maybe some more down in the bottom. Oh, good! A mushroom. kind of see if Jaejo actually wants to go down into the back of Meyer, because you can't beat the dungeon. So about having Samaria, I don't think there's a ton to get back there. There's like a couple of pots that I think that opens up that aren't down in the dark, but more Dorito.
Another big
heated
heated. Okay.
Not something we can take advantage of just yet. Still on the hunt for a hammer so far. Red finding Hype Cave. Hype Cave being fairly hype with Doritos. Not an area of Meyer you get to see all that often.
Yeah, Jaejo showing us the
dungeon deep cuts.
Yeah, for real. This is the place I always end up when I get lost and don't know how to route. I'm just like, what the hell is this room? Bread about to get the bad news. Yeah. The bad news about this basically everything in desert except for that room there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jaejo's just like, you know, I don't really need hearts, I just need Doritos. As long as I have this Cane of Burna and my fire shield, I'm good.
That's long been a belief held by most gamers. I don't need health, I need Doritos.
Just Doritos, right?
Out of small keys now for Meyer, though we still can make our way around here pretty well. I mean, if it is, that seems very appropriate for a Dorito hunt, because what better to go with Doritos than Mountain Dew?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, beer, I don't know. I only know, like, the regular Mountain Dew and Mountain Dew Code Red. I don't know any of those other fancy Mountain Dews.
Unpopular opinion, but Orange Mountain Dew, real good. I mean, it did have quite a few Doritos, but I'm not gonna say that it was particularly juicy, unless that mushroom turns into something really good.
Yeah, I think that's the only way that we can say that Meyer actually has the juice. Mr. Ed, thank you so much for the raid, coming in with a party of 9. Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome, welcome. You have caught us at almost the hour mark of Jaejo 36 versus Bread-kun. True pot hunt. Our runners are neck and neck right now. Minor divergences here and there, but still coming out about the same on Triforce pieces so far.
Yeah, I think the biggest piece of divergence is Bread found a shop that was selling the Moon Pearl, and Jaejo still does not have the Moon Pearl, but That doesn't really always matter in this mode, so...
Jaejo getting to come into Ice Palace with a small key, though, something that Bread didn't get to do earlier, so that does let him get a little bit further. We might be able to see something come out of here.
Yeah, Ed, we're also loving the sound effects shuffle from Jaejo. It's just we have a sad lack of chicken noises so far, but otherwise we're enjoying it very much. Well, I'm enjoying it. I guess I can't really speak for Tank.
I don't hate it. It feels very, like we said before, it feels very appropriate for this game mode, or this tournament in general.
Yeah, especially the inaugural race. You know, we gotta kick this thing off in style.
Big key to Eastern. All right. Still missing the small key to Eastern. No. Never mind. Jaejo has 2 small keys for Eastern. Mini Moldorm Cave. A lot of big magic drops in this scene.
Which, I mean...
Jaejo didn't have a small key, so I don't think we could continue there, yeah. I was gonna say it was interesting that he saves and quits, but I was wrong.
Yeah, he just had the one and he didn't get another one.
Yeah, nobody checking any hints. Not that they might be particularly useful, but they're there.
I think my favorite hint that I've ever seen is a bomb is required for some bombs.
Yeah.
I like the bomb-locked bombs hint.
Or it's always great when you go into somewhere like TR and it's like, oh, the medallion that you just used to come into here is, you know, in this place. It's like, oh, thanks. I would have never known.
Okay, Jaejo did turn in that mushroom. I don't remember if we've seen the potion shop, though.
We have seen
We have?
the potion
Okay.
shop.
Good, I'm glad, you know, one of us comms is paying attention.
You can't see it, but it was there. Yeah, it was a.
Hey, look, it was a bomb. Meyer confirmed juiceless.
Yeah, that really.
Homewrecker in shambles.
I guess that really blew up in his face.
Oh no. I see what you did there.
Jaejo gonna start into some bunny walking here. Can't do anything about that without a mirror or moon pearl, so go on and check the other entrance here.
Bread headed to Dark Shopping Mall.
There's our Eastern. 2 keys and a big key. We're gonna see, I believe it's a full clear for this, right? Yes, I think it's full clear.
Yes, I think.
Yeah. And who doesn't want a full clear Eastern?
I mean, other than Zelga and Magnet Hands, probably everybody.
Hey, Bread finding fake Saha and pulling a sword out of the back. So, whenever Bread gets that other sword that Jaejo has, it's gonna be on tempered. Look at all that juicy Doritos.
Oh, and Bread found the bomb refill hut, which has a good amount of checks in this mode. I think it was in Dark Witch's hut.
Yeah, only about 3 Doritos though. It's
Yeah,
still
that
3
could have been
more-
better.
Yeah, 3 more than you had, but yeah, it definitely feels like it could have been better. And then Brett did this earlier. We'll see if Jaejo remembers to sell it. Yep. The Sakura pots here. There are 3 pots underneath that chest, normally containing hearts. But in this mode, could be anything. And Catfish with a map. Not much of a homie today.
Yeah, not at all. Thanks for nothing, Catfish, buddy.
Yeah.
Tank, do you think Jaejo is going to full clear Eastern? Like, will we see Armos Knights fight here, or do you think he'll just
I think
do all the checks
probably-
except that one?
I think you go to Armos because there are 6 pots leading up to the Armos fight
Right.
in the room
That's
right
true.
before it. So you're already going to be back there. It's a quick fight, and you have silvers. Finding a glove. And now hitting the point where Bread had to leave earlier. Bread knew exactly what to do with that Master Sword when he got it. And going through and finding the very mildly juicy mire.
Yeah, this is like juice from concentrate. Like, it's not fresh squeezed juice.
It's not the best juice. It does in a pinch. Two gloves
And
in Easter.
wow. Wow. Jeez. I think maybe Eastern is the juice palace today, Tank. I don't know.
It's
We
definitely
haven't
looking
seen-
that way.
I think we've only seen Eastern and Mire and like a few rooms in Ice, but Eastern's looking the juiciest so far.
Oh, and big key to Hyrule Castle. A fun one. No small keys for Hyrule Castle though, so can't get back
Nice.
there to do anything with it.
It was nice palace knowledge on Jaejo's side, picking up that money.
Fred slowly finding out that Mire not that great. Here, as long as I'm in state, I'll absolutely volunteer for it. As long as it's at a time that I can do it and I'm in the state of which I reside normally.
Yeah, that's like the truest of true pot hunts. 420 out of 420.
I mean, if they're gonna do that though, all I want is for you to convert all Triforce pieces to mirror shields. I feel like that's only fair. Oh, and just abandoning it.
Yeah, Jaejo had 57 of 58 checks in Eastern. I don't think he's going back. These runners are still neck and neck.
Yeah, definitely keeping up
Red's
with each
got
other
a
very
slight
well.
lead. But yeah, it's been a very close race ever since the beginning.
See if Jaejo ever finds that moon pearl. $200 for a Dorito. A pricey Dorito. Jaejo definitely killed the green Igor.
Yeah, he got a big key.
Yep. Jaejo immediately putting those mitts to use. I'm gonna check King's Tomb entrance. Well, we never walked out of here before, so now
And
we know.
here we are, back in Turtle Rock.
On the plus side, you know, you never got locked out of there, so...
True, that is true.
Looks like we're gonna go for lava chest here. Doing lava chest gives us technically 2 checks instead of 1.
Bucks and a Dorito.
Red finding checkerboard cave, which was a whole lot of nothing. Just a big old bundle of kindling.
Bottom of Spiral Cave at Agina. We still haven't seen the top yet.
Luckily for Bread, doing this check isn't a complete lockout like it was for Jaejo earlier, since Bread does have flute.
Right, yeah.
Bread headed off to now. Yeah, been hearing that flute the whole time. Glad we finally actually get to see the bird. Jaejo doing some bunny walking. I believe that was required for that moon pearl before, since it was in a shop. Might see him finally pick it up.
Red just found that King's Tomb exit from Turtle Rock. Was able to flute away though, did not have to save and quit there.
Yeah, probably a nice deep sigh out of that though.
Yeah, I bet maybe he's glad that he took that death earlier and didn't
lock himself
ever.
out.
Yeah.
Jaejo finding the front entrance into Hyrule Castle, so gonna See him make his way through here and get those checks as well. Still haven't heard any chicken sounds yet, so I'm getting a little sad about that. But Jaejo getting that flute. Nice pickup there. Bread about to get the
Bread, no.
super
Bread, no,
disappointing
please.
news. That this entire right side of desert was just straight hot garbage. You kind of regret too having spent the key there when you know if you would have found the back that gives you more checks there than it does on that right side, and getting nothing worthwhile out of that right side. Still no hammer on either side yet, which is a little bit sad, I think, for both our runners. Probably would really love to have it right about now. Bread especially, since I think we're having to take some long connector chains to get into the dark world here.
Yeah, and Jaejo at least has those mitts now from Eastern, so he has a couple better options into Dark World. But no Moon Pearl.
Yeah, when he gets that Moon Pearl. Bread remembering, hey, there's pots up here that I could pick up. Whether I have a cape or not. And there's the hammer.
Hey! Hammer acquired.
And time to go see what the scam monkey is blocking access to.
Jaejo grabbing the pyramid Dorito.
They even quit.
Bonkrock's cave at Pod, so I guess, you know,
A single Dorito. It's better than
Yeah.
nothing.
less expensive than the Zora Dorito.
Yeah. Red coming in to do Spike Cave. A little unsure he has enough magic for this.
Yeah, this is gonna be close, like really close. Oh my gosh,
man.
just barely.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a small key
Hera,
to the
small
best place in the
key.
game.
Hera basement hype.
So we haven't found Hera yet.
If we ever see Hera in this race at all, Bread is well prepared.
Yeah, Hera Basement normally only offering the one check, but now offering like 9? Something like that. Seems like a good amount more. be able to go into the basement. Yeah, a lot of pots in Hera, especially upstairs, right before you walk into Moldorm.
Yeah, where all those hearts normally are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think homemade beer's right. I think the accurate count is at least 1 billion pots in Hera.
And Bread coming back into Swamp now that we have that hammer to let us go further in and has another small key. Gonna get some more progress into here. See what that gets us. Could the game be so cruel as to give us a French or even an actual vanilla hookshot?
I mean, I'm sure the benevolent video game would never, ever do something like that, Tank. Ever.
Never at all.
Hey, look, 2 pots no one ever checks in Swamp Palace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so far, it would be to Jaejo's benefit if there is a non-Moon Pearl locked mirror somewhere.
Yeah, if that pot that Bread skipped was Mirror Shield, I'm going to be sad. Ooh, we get to see what's in Meyerstead.
Our entry is a medallion that we do have. If we had a Moon Pearl.
Oh, it's Thieves Town.
Thieves Town's a good one to find. We have big key and 2 smalls, so.
Bread only finding 2 more Doritos with that hammer and 1 more key in Swamp.
This is one of my least favorite dungeons for True Pot Hunt, just because I never remember how to get to all of the pots here, or the best way to route all of the pots here.
Yeah, and they're so spread out. It's like 1 here, 1 there. They're all like barred off from each other. Yeah, not quite clearing all of Thieves Town, but
Get quite a bit done.
yeah, Jaejo will be able to do decent amount here with two small keys and a big.
Last key to Castle Tower, I think.
Bread finding the bomb shop in Village of Outcasts in the hammer blocked hut.
Jaejo not finding a ton of juice here in Thieves so far. key to Hyrule. It does have the big key to Hyrule Castle. 2 small keys to Hyrule. Alright, well that's basically everything you need right there.
Bread's back in Skullwoods.
For a juicy back area here. Oh, there's a lot of good pots back here. Plus you can bomb over and get the pots back behind the big chest as well.
Yeah.
A lot of good density here. I think you'd have to do that bomb jump if you wouldn't have picked up that pot. You could have just bonked to the other side. But it's okay. We're through anyway. Just ignore that to come up here and get these 3 first. The key to pod and doesn't do a hint check. Nobody ever remembers that they're on, or they don't care.
Town Attic had some good Doritos there.
It was like, nah. Yeah, Jaejo deciding, I'll do everything here but blind.
Yeah, Lana, I think the momentum shift happened when Jaejo went into Eastern with 2 small keys and the big key and was able to full clear Eastern Palace. And that kind of started the momentum swing, giving Jaejo the Triforce piece lead.
Ice Rod. Not particularly useful, but we found it. Big key to GT. Something else we haven't found yet. Another big key. The Hera. Something else.
Look at all these great Hera keys. We haven't even seen Hera. We might not even see Hera. That's too bad.
I hope we see Hera, but we're getting pretty close to the end of the line here on Jaejo's side.
Yeah, Jaejo closing in on 200 pieces pretty quickly here. Bread does not have the 200 rupees to buy that Dorito.
But finding Pod. I was to say, Jaejo grabbing the maiden, but didn't bomb the floor. I don't know, I feel like that's still another, like, singular check that you could probably get away with, but it does add some time to the amount that you're gonna spend in here. Dorito. Expensive Dorito.
Yeah, finding pod here might be exactly what Bread needs.
Yeah, there's a good amount of Doritos so far. Finally finding the top of Spiral Cave, by the way. Monkey to swamp. I think it was a big key for skull on Bread's side.
Oh, yeah.
Another shop shield.
Shop shield hype.
Could have been true greatness though. Ah, the small to desert. Gotta feel at least make you feel at least a little bit better after having spent that key on that horrible right side.
Yeah, that right side was really just trash. Alright, let's see what Pod Basement has for us.
Getting those rupees though, knowing that there are some Dorito pieces that one Dorito piece at least that he couldn't afford earlier. Not a lot else down here though. Spinning the key for Harmless Hellway. I mean, it is technically 3 checks, but still.
$2 Doritos and $1 out of it.
Still has not checked, I believe the name for it is Sexy Statue Room. We were in there briefly, checked the top half, but not the jump down in the 6 pots up at the top.
Right.
So let him. Yeah, I was about to say, like, you could definitely take this. Nope, not gonna take the long trek back to the statue room. Should have checked that earlier before he went left, but he left all. I guess there's 5 checks there and the switch.
But it does go back for the previously unaffordable Dorito.
Yeah. Jaejo deciding to finish off the rest of Escape here. Shop shield height. Yeah, we definitely got back to a very short margin within each other. So this is definitely still a race so far. Like, we are neck and neck.
Yeah, that dip into pod was exactly what Bread needed to kind of get back into competition here. Jaejo was getting close to 20 Triforce pieces ahead, but now much more equal.
Yeah, not a ton of density in the back of this. Definitely still some, but you know, almost hoping for finding more spots. I mean, finding even more pots in Skull Woods. Skull Woods is an exceptionally dense dungeon for true pot hunt. Swagnet.
And the Swagnet hype. You love to see it. I wonder if we're going to get to a point here where Jaejo is maybe going to be a little handicapped by not having that Moon Pearl.
Yeah, we're getting to that point. Getting that Tempered Sword finally. That's a nice pickup. But Skull Woods has so much density, and it's a lot easier for Bread to take advantage of that density with that Moon Pearl and being able to fall down some of those holes without having to constantly die and potentially saving quits and stuff like that. So definitely catching up, or exceeding, I guess, in this case. But 91 checks in here. It's definitely do you a good benefit.
Yeah, and these checks in particular in Pot Prison here, Jaejo's done these already, so this is a net gain for Bread that Jaejo's not going to be able to come back to.
If Jaejo finds Hera, but it's in the Dark World, I don't think he can do anything about that, though.
Yeah, Hera's got to be in the Light World. Jaejo doesn't have a mirror or a Moon Pearl. Bunny Revival, I guess?
No, there's nothing to kill
Can he
you
even
in the front.
there? Oh right, because he won't even be able to flip the switch to get to the mini Moldorm or the fire.
I am genuinely unsure, Beer.
I don't remember what entrance it was either, Beer, but it was in a shop.
Yeah. It was a Dark World shop, if I remember right. So you had to walk there in Bunny to get it. Okay, I looked it up. So there is a connector that takes you to East Dark Death Mountain, which I think is where Jaejo is now. Yes, it's this entrance.
Oh, good. A Moon Pearl.
Oh, is he really?
Oh my gosh! Seriously?
Oh, nah, he
I
decided
thought
against it.
I thought he was going for the ultimate meme.
Oh, I was hoping so hard. that delay of just like, do I have the money to buy this and the Doritos, and do I want it?
Runners tied up at 190 Doritos apiece right now. Bread is back in mire.
This could be huge for Jaejo. There's a ton of density still in here for him that he just didn't get before. And yeah, with Bread coming back into mire for what just isn't a ton of checks left, Jaejo's got 60. Bread at best can get another 20 out of there. Bread needs to find better density. There might be enough, I think, in here in the various rooms. Though, Jaejo is missing a small key that I think Bread did have, which is unfortunate because that gives you access to a pot room that just had a ton of extra density in it as well.
Bread is back in ice now and wasn't able to do very many checks in here before. Is back with an additional small key, so
Red finding that big key to Easter.
Jaejo very close to 200 Triforce pieces here.
And finding an unaffordable one. But finding pod right beside of it. And having 3 keys and big key. This could be close to done now. So, Jaejo still no hammer, so never did find his way back into Bumper Cave. Slows down your checks here, and this means that you can't finish it out. There's
Butter sword. Butter sword for Bread.
I mean,
are you gonna make the bread and butter pun now, Tank?
I was going to, but you interrupted me. Damn it. Take the wind out of my sails, why don't you? The key for Skull. Another bomb upgrade. Nice. Shop shield pipe. Getting really close on Jaejo's side. Lot of checks in that pot room in Ice Palace, though.
Yeah, this is the density that Bread needs.
Yeah. But I still think, depending on how things go, both sides are probably gonna get 213 pretty close to each other. And a lamp. What a funny place for a lamp.
We love lamp. These runners just neck and neck coming into the final few pieces here.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great race this has turned out to be.
Speaking of, everyone should follow our runners. I'm not sure if we have a command, but let's just do it the old-fashioned way. Oh, Beer, look at you do have a command. Look at how professional we are here.
One, but a command nonetheless.
Okay, well, yeah, those are not our runners. You should follow Muffins and Magnet Hands as well, though. But also give Jaejo 36 and Bread-kun a follow. They've put on a really great competitive race for us tonight.
Jaejo's 3 short. Your thoughts, Jaejo? Are you gonna go do statue room? Is that what's up? 2 to go. One left.
Where will Jaejo find the last Triforce piece? Apparently not in Pod.
I definitely think that the last piece could have been found in Pod, but he did just need enough money.
Oh, he's just gonna go buy it.
Yeah. And that's 213. Where are you going, Jaejo? Where are you going? Alright, you're just gonna fly over there rather than the save and quit. Alright, Royale, you've got our race room open?
I do.
And there's the finish from Jaejo. What is our official time?
1 hour, 42 minutes, and 15 seconds. Official racetime.gg time for Jaejo 36.
Awesome. GG's in chat for Jaejo.
GG's.
And
meanwhile, Bread is back in Eastern with more keys. Big key, small key.
he might be determined to finish up here.
I mean, with only 5 pieces left to find, I can't really blame him. Make that 4 pieces.
Alright, I am sending Jaejo a message right now to see if he would like to join us in the chat room.
Excellent. And Bread did find their remaining 3 pieces, I think, was where the countdown. I stopped the countdown. And here we go. Bread also about to finish up here. Official race time.gg time of 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 12 seconds.
GG's for Bread-kun.
Yes, Oro, we are very sad. Everyone here is very sad that there were no mirror shields. Better luck next time. But we did see a lot of shop shield hype, so
Yeah.
that was exciting.
All right, I got a sure from Bread for joining for a post race. So
We are
there he
joined by
is.
Bread.
Hello,
GG's.
Bread.
Hello, GG's.
GG's. So, how does it feel being the first set of runners to start off our AVIANART tournament finally here, and with a true pot hunt to boot?
Oh, are we actually the first?
Yeah.
I actually wasn't sure.
Yeah, and first restream for sure.
yeah. No, it was
Other than the asyncs, but yeah.
mhm. No, yeah, I mean, it's fun being the first one. But it was a bit closer than I thought it would be, and I mean, this seed was very constrained on where you could go for most of it.
Yeah, we definitely saw some early divergence between both of you, but we also, definitely saw both of you kind of overlap each other in the same places because there wasn't really a lot else to go to.
Yeah.
And we're also joined by Jaejo. GG's, Jaejo.
GG's, Jaejo.
Hey, GG's.
Yeah, GG's.
And we're also joined by Jaejo. GG's, Jaejo.
Yeah, I was for a while for the latter half of the seed. I was like, okay, where's like thieves? Where's pod? Where are just dense places I can go? Because they are not showing up anywhere
Nobody
at
found
all.
Hera at all. Nobody found
Yeah.
GT.
Yeah, it's like the game gives me so many keys of GT, and I'm like, okay, like this is gonna be great. I'm just gonna loot Pinata by the time I find this place, and it
It
just
just
never
never
shows
found
up.
it.
Yeah, I was looking for dungeons towards the end, and then I just kind of gave up looking for the Moon Pearl. So I was just looking for a dungeon so I could just bunny revive and steal all the triangles.
Yeah,
But I
Jaejo.
ran out of places, and the shop with the Moon Pearl was the very last one I checked.
Oh,
Jaejo,
I felt bad finding that at like the 30-ish minute mark because I dodged that connector for so long.
I
I
gotta
think
know.
he had it over an hour for me.
Yeah,
I
I've got to
got in
know,
the
Jaejo.
130s.
You stared at that moon pearl, and then those two triangles, and you bought both of the triangles first, and it looked like you were about to be like, you know what? Maybe I don't get it.
Maybe we'll just finish up the
thought
seed
about
without
it, and
Moon
I
Pearl at
know
this point.
I know I would have made homemade beer proud if I skipped it, but it
That'd
just
be funny.
it made sense to pick it up, so I tried.
Yeah, and it definitely opened up a lot of doors to check more things, which is really, I mean, like once you found pod, that was really your finish out anyway. But neither one of you found a mirror this seed, which really limits your capabilities of trying to do things without having the moon pearl. So without that mirror, and then also just missing a couple of big spots, it just doesn't seem like it might have been possible to really finish that out without having gotten that moon pearl.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I, begrudgingly picked it up.
Yeah, I'm sure it's pod. Well, no. Well, I think you kind of do need pod, which you need the Moon Pearl in order to get to the Brothers connector anyway. Unless you found Hookshot. I never did.
I didn't find Hookshot, no.
Jaejo also dodged hammer, which Brad, you did find. It was in bumper cave. If you would have just walked up there, even though you didn't have a hook shot or a cape, there are still some pots to pick up, and hammer was one of those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right next
I
to the portal that it'd be nice to have the hammer to get to that particular entrance of Bumper to actually get those pots anyway.
yeah, I was a bunny and I didn't have mirrors, so I couldn't get those. I wanted to, because I knew that there were 4 or 5 pots there for the
Hmm.
taking, but I had to leave, and then I found Hyrule Castle right after that, and then I did the front there.
Yeah, and I really think like one of the things that lets you catch up a bit in a hurry, Jaejo, was um, by the time that you went into Eastern, you had both small keys and the big key going into that. And that just lets you full clear the entire thing. Whereas I think when you went in, you had no small keys for that at the time, so you wound up having to come back to that, and that really like lets you kind of catch up in timing a little bit, getting a couple extra Doritos out of there and kind of pushing you ahead. But all in all, this was a fantastic race to watch. I mean, you both were neck and neck almost the entire time. There was maybe just a brief spot where Jaejo pulled ahead by like 10, 15 pieces, and it seemed like it was going to be a big jump. And then just after that, Brett, I think that was shortly before you went in and started pulling the rest of the pots out of Skull Woods, and you got a lot of extra out of that, and that put you both back on pace with each other.
Yeah, I avoided going back to Skull Woods because I lost Skull Woods Roulette, and I'm just like, okay, I don't want to go back there for a while until I at least get a small key specifically for that room, and then I'll just go back and finally hit up that room, hit up the rest of Skull Woods, and at the time because I lost Skull Woods Roulette, I didn't get to check what the brothers connector was,
Yeah.
and that ended up being very important in the long run.
Yeah, I didn't get any skull keys until I think I got to Pod.
Yeah, like that's where my first key was. Which meant, okay, time to flute and go walk back to Skullwoods again to hit this room and hit the rest of it out.
Well,
And I think I miscounted my ice smalls. I thought I couldn't get as far as I could in that dungeon. I kept putting it off. Towards the end, I was just scrounging for anything I could do. There's such little wiggle room. I don't know what like where the mirror or the hook or like whatever just really nice piece of progression was in this scene.
neither one of you really hit it. Like I said, like you're both missing hook, you're both missing um Samaria, you're both missing mirror. So whatever the big piece of progression is, we were never gonna find it.
Wow.
I think Jaejo got Ice Rod versus you getting Hammer, and Jaejo also managed to grab Mush at one point, but those were the only really like items that would have
hmm
like made any real difference with where you guys were, and that would have only been if you could have gotten to the back of Turtle Rock, which I don't think anybody found Laser Bridge
Nope.
either.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't
Laser
find that.
Bridge is missing, as is the front, as is Para, as is Thieves, and
Yeah, it's a
it's
shame that you couldn't
I
find
couldn't find the
Hera.
back up. I also couldn't find the back of Desert. I kept hiding onto those Desert smalls. I was just waiting on it because there's so many pots back there.
Yeah, and like walking into desert and doing the right side and spinning a key for that feels so bad with how garbage it was.
Yeah, it was starting to get desperate by the time of debating actually spending that key on the right side for just 2 whole checks.
For what, a single rupee and a heart refill.
Something like that,
So I did find Thieves Town. It was at Meyer Shed, and I was only missing in one Thieves Town small key, so I did everything in the dungeon
yeah. Dude, you have
except
mitts?
the big chest because I didn't have hammer. and then
So,
blind because I just refused to rescue her.
so both gloves were in Eastern, but the second
Oh,
glove was small key locked, over where the
oh,
big key chest was.
yeah, those mitts would have helped. 'Cause, these would have been very, very nice to find.
Yeah, albeit super annoying to try and get all the pots out of the front.
Yeah, but when the density gets as low as it gets towards the end, like
Yeah, you
it's
take
look
what you
for
get.
anything.
Yeah, any and every dungeon.
Just the sigh of relief of just finding pod when I did. I was just like, finally, I have something to do that isn't trash.
So it sounds like that we converged at Pod then, right at the end.
Pod was late for me, and after Pod, it was dipping Skullwoods again, and then
Okay.
going into Ice into finishing off Eastern to get the last of my
Okay.
triangles.
So when I found Pod, that got me up to 212. And I took the rupees that were in the back of Pod to the Triforce next door, and that was 213 for me.
Yeah, neither one of you grabbed the 5 pots in the statue room though in pod.
I forgot. To be honest.
I forgot to, actually.
And then the only other thing I think I remember that was super notable that you might have forgotten, Jaejo, is I don't think you picked up either of the pots in Uncle drop down area that are next to the chest. I don't think there was anything important there, but I don't think you picked up either one of those.
And there's nothing in them.
I thought I did. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, it's hard to keep track of it all the time.
Yeah, it really is.
But
I knew that I was missing some things. I think I didn't pick up one of the chests under the map chest in Eastern Palace as well, because I usually don't get the opportunity to full clear anything. But I did with Eastern Palace this time, so I actually killed a boss. And I noticed that I was off by 1 on the compass count.
I mean, you actually killed a boss in this mode. Wow.
Well, I was able to get all the way back to the end, and there were the 6 pots. And I did have
Yeah.
silver arrows, so I was like, well, what's 6 more silver shots to
Mm.
get another item, hopefully a Triforce, but it just ended up being a compass. So I saved and quit before the whatever the prize was came down,
Yeah.
because I didn't really care if it was a crystal or a pendant. So
well, GG's again to both of you. That was a fantastic race, and I appreciate you giving us the opportunity to restream it.
Yeah. Thank you. It's always fun getting a restream for, especially if you're fun and a true pot hunt's it's just fun. It's dumb. I like it.
yeah,
I think all the modes are pretty dumb but enjoyable. Like that's pretty much the theme of the tourney, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's why we're here. Yeah, thanks for setting up the restream, and GG's Bread.
Yeah.
So we'll need
GG.
to schedule a game 2 sometime soon.
Yeah. Whenever that may be.
It,
Well, we look forward to it, and hopefully we'll catch you guys on restream again soon.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. Reminder again to everybody watching, definitely give our runners a follow. Bread-kun and Jaejo36, both fantastic people and runners in general. Thank you, Royale, for joining me with comms this evening. That was a good time, so appreciate you being here.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you, Tank.
Yeah, no problem. For everybody else, we're going to go ahead and do a raid over to Sweetie. Sweetie is currently doing a practice of why is that there? So we're going to pass the love on. Here with the links for Jaejo and Bread-kun there. So definitely, again, make sure you give them a follow. And I'm not going to
follow
advocate
Tank.
myself.
Follow Tank, Jew. Follow Tank. He streams sometimes. Don't follow me. I don't stream.
Not yet. We'll get
Yes,
you
not
there.
yet.
All right, everybody. Well, I hope you all have a fantastic evening. We're gonna go ahead and get this finished out. But again, thank you to the runners. Fantastic time.